Good morning, everyone. This is Rob, coming to you from one of my favorite little places that I like to go to in the mornings for a little rejuvenation and inspiration. Just beautiful out here. The birds are chirping and hear some frogs ribbiting. Is that what a frog goes? Croaking? Whatever frogs do. Just a beautiful little spot in nature here that I like to go to. And I thought this would be a great spot to talk a little bit about the subject of today, which is how I came up with my name, Inner Compass Coaching, and a little bit about what it means when I say find your inner compass. I've had some great comments on the name. People said it's really cool or inspirational or it's unique, and that got me thinking last night, like, I'm not sure if I've actually really explained how I came upon that name and what it means. And it's kind of key because I feel like it's a huge part of my business. It's really pivotal. It's really part of the essence of what it's all about. So let's go into that for a quick second. So your inner compass, what is that? So I define that as your own personal navigational equipment. It's anything from your emotions to your intuition, maybe those subtle little nudges you get sometimes that lead you in a certain direction. Maybe it's some inspiration. It's certain goals you have. It's a whole collection of things. But really it serves to be kind of a signpost for us. It's a guide. It's like your own North Star that kind of illuminates the path in front of you and kind of shows you where to go in life. Now, I know that sounds a bit esoteric, so we'll go into a couple examples here in a second to illuminate that. And I also want to point out that, I really, really think that we all have inner compasses, but I also totally recognize the fact that sometimes they need a little dusting off. Sometimes they get a little obscured. Like the compass is there, but maybe we're just not hearing the signal, so we're drifting a little off course. I could certainly relate to that. Anyone who's read my first blog post, I had a pretty vulnerable, really truthful kind of expose of how that showed up in my own life a number of years ago. So let's just bring it out of the realm of kind of esoteric and just provide some real world examples. So, I know that we have all probably at one point in time felt that feeling of just kind of being a little adrift in the world, being a little confused, like not quite sure what our next step is. And lots of times when we're in this place, like we feel a little drained, a little lackluster, we're just not like, we don't have that mojo, we don't have that juice, that spark that we just want to like jump out of bed in the morning and go to work and do what we're doing. The other side of that is like we all see people that are really connected deeply with themselves and their passions. Maybe it's that really great school teacher that just absolutely loves to teach, not because of the paycheck, certainly not because of the social status or anything like that, obviously not getting rich at it, but doing it for the sincere love of inspiring young minds, shaping youth, making tomorrow's leaders. I have a good friend who works in a child's psych ward as a nurse. I mean, really heavy job, super emotional, really tough stuff. And that's certainly not just all about the paycheck. There's a love there for giving back. So when I talk about connecting with these deeper goals, really finding your own North Star and your guiding light, really what I'm talking about is, I guess what you'd hear in like yoga class or people talk about like dharma. It's those deeper callings from within ourselves, things we really want to do. I'm not really talking too much about material acquisition. I'm not really talking about getting rich and famous or that kind of stuff. Although I will say, often a side effect of following your passions and really connecting to your deepest talents does lead to wealth and good things, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the primary objective is not really to chase these external things. It's to connect deeper within yourself and really blossom. So, you know, my whole reason I created this business and the whole essence of it is to provide really practical, more hands-on tools and activities, stuff that you can do on a day-to-day level, minute-by-minute level sometimes, that help you, you know, really connect with those core values, you know, find inside of you what really matters, what is going to make you want to jump out of bed in the morning and you know, go after life with a real zeal and just a sense of energy and excitement. Or B, you know, maybe you've kind of found that it's been unearthed a little bit, but you're not quite sure what the next steps are. And, you know, like all of us, maybe a little bit of fears coming in or doubt or, you know, we know what we want, but we're facing a lot of social pressure or peer pressure, you know, man, we've all heard that, like, oh, that sounds great, but, you know, what are you going to do with that? Or how's that going to pay the bills? We all encounter those things. So sometimes it's just about learning how to manage that and accessing more resources. But really, it's about, you know, bringing your true essence to the world. You know, I think one of the best explanations of the compass came from Abraham Hicks. If you don't know her, she's a spiritually minded motivational speaker, but I think she's got some really great stuff. And she likened the compass to like a GPS unit in your car. You know, you're driving and you're trying to get somewhere, so you put the directions in your GPS, and it locks onto those directions, right? Like if you're getting off course for whatever reason, say you take an exit by mistake, or even you get off to go to a gas station or something, you know, when you get off course, what does your GPS unit do? It says something like, proceed back to route, right? If we get really far off, it might even say like, make a U-turn, like turn around. And for us as humans, like our GPS is things like our emotions, right? Like, you know, when we're feeling depleted and down, you know, sometimes in more extreme examples, even just downright depressed, sad, angry even, lots of times those emotions are serving a purpose. You know, I think so often we try to fight those emotions. We try to push them down. We try to get rid of them. We self-medicate through alcohol or other destructive habits. But what about, instead of fighting them, what if we turn to them and just ask them, what are you trying to teach me? What are you trying to show me here? Because lots of times your emotions, like your GPS, are just trying to get you back on course. It's a sign that you've drifted off for whatever reason, and you're, you know, putting so much time and energy, you're putting your life force into something that's just not really aligned with your deeper values or your sense of purpose. And that's okay. We all have that stuff. Boy, I've certainly have that stuff. But when we connect with something that really is meaningful for us, and we have a good direction in life, and we know where we want to go, I'm not saying it's easy, not saying that it happens overnight, not saying that we still have to put one foot in front of the other, but we start getting filled with a sense of inspiration and joy instead of dread and just ugh. So that's kind of the whole idea here behind Find Your Inner Compass, is to connect you with that stuff. So thanks a bunch. I don't want this video to run too long, but I just want to talk a little bit about my name, what's going on, and apparently I think there's a dog party about to form here. I always take my dog to this spot, so Bear, say hello. So I think everything's telling me right now I need to stop, smell the roses, and play with dogs. So hope this video was helpful. I know it's super informal, but you know, what the heck. I like to do my stuff in a way that's real and fun and the real me. And this is the real me out here in the woods playing with my dog. So thank you all for the great comments. Please share your feedback, and look forward to hearing from you guys and seeing all the great things that you're all out there in the world doing as well. So bye for now. See ya.